Hi family, this is Jackie. Hope you're all doing well. Happy Saturday, happy Sunday, whenever you see this. Happy weekend. Your enemies are in the worst trouble ever. There is one particular person. This person actually tried to get you in a lot of trouble. They went to a person that had a demon in them. Someone told them, go to this person and try to ask for a favor to get you. Why? What did you do? Once again, you did nothing at all. You are just doing your due diligence. You're a chosen one and you're minding your business. And you are on assignment for the Lord. So you are working on your assignment. You are doing all your due diligence. You are really building. You are working on assignment. You are on such a deep assignment for the Lord. You are not paying no mind to anything or anybody. Although you are aware of your surroundings and you have huge discernment glasses like me. But you ignore your haters. You always ignore your haters. So this time, a group, watch this what happened. A group of haters, 7 of them in the group. So they went and did some stupid, dumb thing. Someone said, go over there. Go try to talk to this person with the demon. See if this person can help you to go against you. So while this was happening, you are chilling, you are protected so wonderfully by God. So it was just a good vibe and everything was chilling. Then you heard about this. Your enemies got in the worst trouble coming for you. You see, God don't play about you. You see, this person had a bad demon that they went to that actually had a different reaction to them. This group of 7, they are scared of you, chosen one. This demon heard about you. So watch this. This demon was scared of you too. Because you work for Jesus. The 7 sons of Sceva, verse 11. And God was doing extraordinary miracles by the hands of Apostle Paul. He got all the evil spirits out of people, Apostle Paul. So these 7 sons, they went ahead. They had no Holy Spirit, no anointing, no appointing, nothing, no power. These 7 demons, they went. These haters of yours also went and tried to speak to the person about you, and they had no power, and they tried to get Holy Spirit, and they didn't have it from God. So what happened is they tried to get a bad spirit actually, but they thought they were trying to get Holy Spirit, but they caught a bad spirit. They went forward just like these 7 sons of Sceva. I tell you, I advise you, get out. So this demon said, Jesus I know and Paul I know, but who the heck are you? So none of it worked, and look what happened to these 7 that went against you. They weren't really trying to get Holy Spirit. They were evil demons, but they heard that Apostle Paul did this. So they went and seen what could happen. Well, they sure did see what could happen. The man with the demon, the evil spirit said, Jesus I know, Paul I know, chosen one, Renee I know, but who are you? The demon leaped on them, mastered all of them, all 7 sons of Sceva, all your haters trying to come against you through someone else with a demon. So look what has happened. This demon overpowered them, so they fled and ran out of the house naked and wounded. And every one of the people, truth be told, heard about this and were scared. So your haters and enemies, they got. It's not funny. The demon that they try to come against you, it attacked them. They ran out naked and wounded, and they're still wounded to this day for coming for you. And that was one of the worst trouble they ever had. We don't even know if they recovered, but I heard they didn't. This could be in the physical realm or the spiritual realm, but this has happened. And watch this. Acts verse 19. Those that participated, magic brought their books and burned them. The value of the books was $50,000 in Acts 19. They burned the books. They didn't want to be part of this demon thing anymore. And your haters, just like the 7 sons of Sceva, Acts 19, 11 to 20. You could read about that. Your haters should never have come for you. Even the magicians burned their books. It is not happy. Your haters, they should have never thought doing demon time things to you would happen to them. But those enemies, they are in the worst trouble ever, naked and wounded. And it's good what happened, because God don't play about you. It's crazy, but they should have never came for you. Please like and subscribe. Cash App, $Jackie Bible Story 777. $5 will surely help. I love you all. And that 7 Sons of Sceva was that same group of haters that came for you. They left naked and wounded. This is the worst thing that happened to your enemies. They can't play with God. Your enemies are in the worst trouble ever. Amen. Hallelujah. And $5 will really help with supplies. I pray 100-fold blessings for you. I love you so much. Amen, family. Amen.
I've been working hard, trying to sing and play guitar, growing out my hair and practicing my stare. Right down. Right down.
Det som är hemskt som hänt nu, när man går förbi någon som man tycker är riktigt snygg, då har man ju börjat känna, oh shit.
Right low, right down, check down. Paid to fake it in a traveling band, and I'm working undercover for the man. Sha la 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 la, sha la 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 la. Jack is on a well-made rebel. For the window where man died low. Jack's down, Jack's down. Jack's a country fruit.
I can't stand it anymore. Oh my God, it's so delicious. Okay. I'm not supposed to talk about this. Okay. But for the last week and a half, I've been dying to tell you. Oh my God, it's not the most romantic thing. The most romantic thing, that already happened.
Planning midnight raids on our unsuspecting fans while the roadies rig the video surveillance span. Paid to fake it in a traveling band, and I'm working undercover for the man. Sha la 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 la.
That's gonna happen again. That's on a cycle. This one's never gonna happen again. Okay, because only one time can I explain to you. Yeah, I'm a sorcerer. I work for God. I specialize in candle issues. What? I say that to you, and it just sounds it sounds like right. Yeah, I know it sounds like bullshit. Nevertheless, that's exactly what's going on.
Sha la 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 la. Sha la 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 la. Sha la 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 la.
Okay. Now I don't know how to prove this to you. I don't think I have to. Right? I think it's just self-evident. Hang on, let me follow the law.
I'm inhaling something.
I inhaled something. Hang on. I'm ingesting. Hang on.
I've been working hard, practicing to sing and play guitar, growing out my hair and working on my stare.
I should have ingestion. I need ingestion music when I have little underlings and they're running around making music for me because they love me. When that happens, I need music to play while I'm following the law. Hang on. Okay, I follow.
Paid to fake it in a traveling band, and I'm working undercover for the man.
I've followed that law enough for today. Okay, so now I'm going to follow these other laws. Now, let me explain.
Sha la 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 la. Sha la 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 la. Sha la 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 la. Sha la 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 la.
Not like you have a fucking choice. Canley. I first heard the word in Dune. You know that fucking movie that keeps getting made over and over and over and over and over? Okay, it's a real thing. Whatever the fuck you call it. It's got a whole bunch of different names. In Dune, it's called that. In reality, there are people who occasionally get mad at each other. And sometimes they get real pissed. Like you have no idea how pissed off I am. I'm working. I could put that emotional duty on the side. I can put that over there. I can do that. Now, regardless of what I sound like, I'm not that guy, I'm not that guy, I'm not that guy. I'm not any of those guys. Everybody who's listening to me, you don't know who I am. You don't. That's because I'm working. Okay? So there's this guy and this other guy, and they're real mad at each other. Okay? And I don't know which, but one of them has done what is called sworn an oath of blood vengeance. Oath of blood vengeance. This is what a person does when they're like real mad. And then they call upon the divine and they say, oh, I'm going to get that guy. Oh. That's what they say. In a matter of speaking. Okay, like how it actually comes out these days. Oh, that Jack Star, he makes me so mad. I wish I could kill him. I'm going to kill somebody else. Oh. That's generally how it goes now. I'm not sure. I'm focused on one thing at a time. I'm working. Okay? This is something that has to be done. With two batshit crazy, loco fucking, whatever the fuck they are, whatever the fuck may come, whatever lands on fucking North Greenland tomorrow. If it's a guy and another guy and they get pissed off about how they broke the skids on the landing and they fucking swear an oath of blood vengeance, well, I'm probably not going to get my ass up to Greenland anytime soon. I'll be honest. Maybe I'll astral travel, but that's not how it works. It's a local area thing. Okay. Currently, I don't know what the fuck anybody else is doing besides ignoring me and stealing my shit and covering up their crimes and getting on YouTube and doing the whack job fucking batshit crazy stupid shit I've ever heard in my life. What looks good on you though. I don't want to. I'm not. There's no oaths of blood vengeance there. I'm not mad at Richard. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's five. Shit. Six Richards minimum. I'm not mad at any of them. Hi guys. Hi. I think they're vile. Okay, but at least they're not vile. And I don't know what they're doing. It doesn't matter. There's no oaths of blood vengeance. Frankly, if there was one, I could think of at least 3 women there that they have to be. There's got to be a Jen. There's got to be a Tam. There's got to be a Matt. Right? Jen, Tam, Matt. G. It's like MGM. Right? It's like MGM with the fucking lion. How much of your fucking industry do I need to unwind to you people? Okay? You love me because reasons. Now, I'm working on this. Oh, thanks. I heard some applause. Oh, thanks. It must be some pretty significant applause if I actually heard it. And I didn't hear it, but I felt a wave of appropriation. Or is that approbation? Maybe both. Either way. I know it's a big deal. Hang on, I gotta blow my nose. My nose is fucked up. I have to go get surgery. To get surgery, I need a friend. I need somewhere to convalesce that isn't here. And I need somebody who's not going to stab me in the goddamn back. Because when more of these fucking things, I'll be doing my own goddamn oaths of blood vengeance. Okay? Hang on, I got to blow my fucking nose again, goddammit. Clear? Are we clear? Oh, God. It's the most annoying fucking thing in the world. Said the man who drank 3/4 of a gallon of milk. I don't need to explain my food choices to you. I don't need to explain what's going on here. But I am, because I can't hold back much longer. I got to make some phone calls. Those I'm probably not going to record. I have people for that. And this message I'm going to play later. I've only got a minute and a half to go. I got to explain to you that the reason why all this extra nonsense is going on that involves me sitting around going slowly crazy. I don't think I'm crazy now, but if I am, it's slow. One of my friends is mad at another one of my friends and was trying to find my friend through me, right? And they're allowed to do this under certain circumstances, but it reaches a point where They don't get to keep on doing it under color of law because he's really doing it because the reason why he's mad at my friend is because my friend did something to him. I can say no more. I can say no more except bang bang, kiss kiss. Oh, what a relief it is. Click click.
3, 2, 1, ignition.
Jack Austin, astronaut. Exposed to inappropriate levels of solar energy.
Sunlight makes him the world's smartest man.
I know everything!
I want that brain taken out.
Heat Vision, the motorcycle with the mind of Jack's unemployed roommate. Together they run for their lives, blocked at every turn by adventure.
Move up, don't mess around. Move up, you bring me down. Move up, I can get about. Don't make the sound and move out.
Now that's his power. For real.
Hi, it's Jackstar. You can't talk to me. I mean, you can, but I won't hear you. My phone is utterly compromised. Mysteriously, the staff at Number Barn, they use this equipment called Zendesk. Apparently, the people who are monitoring my existence and keeping me safe, they prevent the actual Number Barn support team from looking into the problem because the problem is not with Number Barn at all. The problem is between me and Number Barn. And there's some guy who thinks he can call me baby. I guess he can, considering he controls every aspect of my digital life, and he knows exactly who I am, and he's going to cut my balls off, and he decided that I didn't need my nebulizer. I didn't even know there was a problem. Dude, you didn't tell me anything. You just yelled at me, since apparently I had made things difficult for somebody. Wow, how did I do that? How did I do that? Why don't you tell me all about it sometime when you're not stealing my phone calls? Now, I don't really know how to get attention to this matter because I really don't need the attention. You need the attention. Number one, you're not getting away with it. Number two, you're annoying the fuck out of me. Number three, I don't know what kind of damage you're doing. I don't really care. It's damage to you, not to me. I don't know what kind of deal you got going on since you've talked to my friends for the last 4 fucking years and acted like me, and I haven't seen them. I haven't talked to them. It's like I'm living in an ivory tower. Dude, you know this. You think it's funny. You think it's funny. You're going to think it's pretty fucking funny when you can't fucking laugh anymore. I don't know why that's going to happen, but maybe it'll be your mother finds out what kind of a douchebag you are. Or maybe you'll find out that what you're doing isn't exactly legal. Or you'll find out that there's a number of ways I can report this. However, I'm real impressed with this Masonic security, as it's an internal matter. I don't think that means you get to treat me like you're Goyim. Or maybe it does. In which case, I'll be happy to tell, I really don't know her. And meanwhile, while I've been keeping all your Masonic secrets safe for you by not talking about what a bunch of beggar-headed douchebags you are or why you are. I mean, I guess you think that you're helping. You're not. You're not actually helping at all. You're enjoying my suffering. You're keeping everybody away from me. I don't know who's calling me. Nobody tells me who calls me. That's not the job of a conservator. That's the job of a captor. Now, I don't know exactly which the police department needs to know about that. Probably whichever one's closest to you so they can crack your fucking head open. But I don't think they do that anymore. Plus, you're so pretty. Dude, it's not like I don't know what you're doing. I know how this stuff works. I've read about it. I even know a few things about how to counteract it. I can virtual private network, all that shit. But there's not much point in me upping my security when I could just lower your pulse rate.
Next stop,
I don't really know why I would do that, but here's a hint. Lots of people could do that. And since I know who you are, and I know why you're doing what you're doing, and I know how much you've been paid by Magic Van Dieven Enterprises, LLC, it's all fag pay and magic pay. Listen, it's not like you're not known, and it's not like you're doing it on purpose. You're accidentally being a vicious, retarded bully that's causing more damage to everyone around you than is to you. However, since you're, I guess, can we call him Space Vampire Lord, Uber Thug Piggy Boss? Or do you just call him Daddy? When he rapes you with his meth dick, that makes it impossible for you to argue with him because I think right now he's human and you're a dog, and then mysteriously dogs have great hearing and can manipulate the cell phone network. I don't want to call the police on you, dude. I love you, but obviously I don't love him, so I don't think you can go for his jugular. But what I've got here is I can't get to my phone number that I've had for 51 years. Yeah, and then inconvenient. Yeah, I'm sure you're real concerned about it since you were asked for my breathing equipment so I could not get sick, and then you filled my house with toxic black mold. You know, it's amazing what your master will tell you to do. God. Anyway, I have several plans for getting people out of this, but since I can't talk to them, and you're allowing a bunch of uber thuggy piggy nerds to run roughshod over my life, by the time I get access to anybody that I used to know, they'll probably be turned into a fucking potato. I've seen what you do. I don't know how exactly you do it. You know what would have been great is if you had told me anything about what you do other than steal from me and lie to me and... I don't know, do you have a contract? Oh wait, that's your dad. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Hey Mickey. Listen, I don't know exactly who's going to come out of this. I do know that interrupting my communications is pointless. You're not protecting me. You're not stopping me from saying terrible things, and I'm going to say more of them too. Hey, do you remember the elephant? Do you remember how you were teleported? Do you remember how you had permission to go in certain places and then you abuse that permission? Okay, well, I can see why Space Vampire Lord has you on lockdown, but why do you have access to my friend's penis, her friend's sister's twat, and my phone calls? Why does that happen, Dustin Nichols? Why is it that you have this massive power over my phone that you don't teach me anything about? Is it because I'm not black enough to learn from you? I mean, I'm not very black, that's true. Black Ops, no, Black Book. You've blocked me off the entire internet. I mean, you haven't bullied me off the internet. You've abused your power and authority, and you've used technological means to silence me. It's a massive violation of the First Amendment, so I guess you're not taking any public money or looking forward to your dad chewing your ass out. Or is he still your dad? Is he your mom now? I'm real confused by how all that works. And that's okay. I mean, it's only been like 15 years you've been surrounding me, trying to protect me. I'm sure the server records are good on that. And right now I don't know exactly where to go next other than to record this and put it on YouTube so no one will listen to it. But when they do, they'll discover that, yeah, you're doing a great job, man. And you probably know that it's a stupid thing to do, but you're ordered to by your, once again, Space Vampire Lord Meth Dick Daddy person, who isn't your dad. The other guy's your dad. And I think he's been, I don't know, turned into a golem. I don't really know how it works in SIGINT. But here's what I know. None of you have actually talked to me for years. You don't even know what's going on. You don't know what I'm going through. And you don't know how little I give a shit about anything that you must think. Like, dude, I don't care if you get gangrene in your crotch. I don't care. I mean, you don't care about me. Literally, you don't care about me. You're just blocking me off. You probably don't enjoy it that much since it's not very effective, but that's what you're ordered to do by your Space Lord Meth Dick Daddy commander. And he probably doesn't know that it's the worst thing ever, or he does, and he wants to crash this thing to the ground with no survivors. That's the current situation. So it's pretty cool that Number Barn doesn't get my messages and you block them. It's pretty cool that you're engaging in like pretty high-tech espionage for me, Michael Clifford Cousy. Is it because I smell bad, or is it because I know how to spell, or is it because I won't? Like, dude, you don't even know anything about me. You just assumed. And the things that you think about me are created artificially by a program that, get this, taps into the neurosphere, copies my mental state, tweaks it, which is easy to do for a computer, and then gives you the exactly wrong impression of me. Like, I don't know what you're hearing, but over here I sound like a milquetoast little dweeb. That's just for ironic effect. When I tell you that every second that you don't figure out how to fix this, you're costing your dad like hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yeah. And I'm not even doing it. I mean, he's getting sued by a lot of people, and it's not even just him; it's everybody. Have you looked at the news? Let's do some headlines. These are pretty amazing headlines. You might think that I'm just a moron on a bus, but well, I'm doing pretty good. Auto parts suppliers bankruptcy. ICE arrest of a Des Moines superintendent exposes fake degrees, drug convictions, and he looks just like the guy I met today, who was awesome. But maybe those were fake drug convictions. Farmers and tribe, right? Unite to save salmon in drought-stricken Washington River. So the river's thirsty? That's interesting. Is it also communication-stricken? Like, what you're doing is a war crime again, and it's really annoying. And you're actually doing damage to other people that are children. So it's kind of a big deal. Ukraine Special Operations Forces strike Russian missile ship en route from Baltic to Caspian Sea, and as well, I think they blew up another narco boat. The Pentagon no longer requires the military forces to get severe security training in cybersecurity. I guess it's not too important to teach them how to run a VPN. I mean, I can see how that makes it easier for you, right? Yeah, I'm still looking for it. Okay, this is wild. A traditional Bulgarian yogurt recipe using ants. Huh. Ants and yogurt. That's kind of weird. Ooh, over 20 bird species across continents use a similar whining call, to warn of brood parasites, researchers out. So I guess birds whine to each other about parasites. Hey, did you know that you're working for a parasite? Yeah, he takes over your dad's brain. It's kind of weird. I don't know how it works, but the guy who you think is dead, he is dead, but he's in a spiritually neutral place. And apparently there's some way that these high-tech Uber Jews can get into things that are called bodies and snatch them. I'm not sure how that works because none of you told me anything about how any of this stuff works. You just used it on me and exploited my life, and then you took my money and laughed while smoking dope with my friends, and then told me to quit. Dude. Like, is this a cry for help, or are you just like trying to see how annoying you can be before I just give in and let you fuck me? Yeah, we're actually friends, which is probably why you shouldn't be in this job. So, yeah, I'm gonna put this on YouTube right now, and then maybe somebody will look into things involving my life and a whole shitload of money that you're stealing for your dad, or keeping me out of prison. Either way, leaving me in the dark, bad idea. Who's doing that, by the way? Who makes that decision? Is that the conservator, and is that some batshit crazy woman who's really jealous and angry with me because I won't put my dick in her anymore? Like, who made these decisions? Was it some other batshit crazy woman? I don't really know who goes over the oversight here, but let me tell you, Derek, I can't get on Telegram either. So I guess that makes it easy for you to pretend to be me, at least until you have a brief come to Jesus moment and realize, oh my God, I'm going to prison for 70 years. Yeah, and you didn't even kill anybody. I'm not sure. Also, there's a number of people I need to call, but their phone numbers are on the account that I can't get to. So they're kind of wondering what's going on. And when somebody does talk to them, sounding like me, they know that it's not me. Do you know why? Because they're my actual friends. Bigger than you can imagine. Click.
because you've earned it, not because you've proven yourself, but because it knows what you've forgotten, that you're already enough, that you always were, that the only thing missing is your willingness to believe it. So believe it, not blindly, not naively, but deeply, bone deep, soul deep. Believe that this dream wouldn't still be here if you weren't meant to meet it. Believe that the strength to continue is already inside you. Believe that every step you take toward it is a step toward the truest version of yourself. And then move through the fear, through the doubt, through the voices that say you can't. Move toward the dream that chose you, because it's been waiting long enough. And so have you. The wounds are proof of battle. Scars are proof of survival. And the fact that you're still standing, still fighting, still here, that's proof that you're stronger than whatever tried to take you down. The wound is where the light enters. Your pain is not your punishment. It's your initiation into a version of yourself you couldn't have accessed any other way, into a depth you didn't know you had, into a strength that only emerges when everything else has been stripped away. You're not losing yourself in this season. You're finding yourself, the real self, the self that exists beneath all the pretending, all the performing, all the versions of you that were built to please other people. This season is burning all of that away. And what's left? The core, the truth, the part of you that can't be broken, because it's already been through the fire and came out forged. You're not the same person you were before this started, and that's not a bad thing. You're deeper now, wiser, harder to shake, harder to fool, harder to break. You've learned things about yourself that comfort never could have taught you. You've discovered capacities you didn't know you had. You've accessed reserves of strength that were always there, but never needed until now. This season didn't create your strength, it revealed it. And your future self, the one who's already on the other side of this. They're looking back at you right now with gratitude. Gratitude that you didn't quit. Gratitude that you kept going, even when it was impossible. Gratitude that you chose to become who they are, instead of staying who you were. Because they know something you don't know yet. This season ends. This weight lifts. This fire eventually cools. But the person you're becoming, that person is permanent. The strength you're building, that stays. The resilience you're forging, that becomes part of your foundation. The lessons you're learning in the dark, those become the wisdom you carry into the light. Hard times don't create heroes. They reveal them. You were always capable of this. You just didn't know it yet. You hadn't been tested. You hadn't been pushed to the edge where your true nature emerges. But now you have. And you're discovering that the edge isn't where you fall apart. It's where you find out what you're really made of. You're made of more than you thought. You're capable of more than you believed. You're stronger than this season. Stronger than this pain. Stronger than the voice in your head that keeps telling you you're not enough. That voice is lying. It always has been. You are enough. You have always been enough. And this season, this brutal, beautiful, terrible season, is just showing you the depth of that truth. You're not drowning. You're diving. Down into the parts of yourself you were too afraid to face before. Down into the strength you always had, but never needed to access. And when you come back up, and you will come back up, you won't be the same. You'll be sharper, clearer, unshakable. Not because the pain made you better, but because you chose to let it forge you instead of letting it destroy you. That's the difference. That's the choice you're making every single day, even if you don't realize it. You're choosing to become instead of to break. You're choosing to grow instead of to shrink. You're choosing to let this season refine you instead of define you. And that choice, that's where your power lives. Not in feeling strong, not in appearing unbreakable, but in continuing when everything in you wants to stop. You are not a mess. You are a feeling person in a messy world. This season is messy. Your life is messy. Your emotions are messy. Your path forward is messy. And that's okay. That's human. That's real. You don't need to have it all together. You don't need to pretend you're fine. You don't need to perform strength for people who wouldn't understand, even if you tried to explain. You just need to keep going. One breath, one step, one moment at a time. Because every moment you survive is a moment you're proving to yourself that you can. Every day you make it through is evidence that you're stronger than you thought. And eventually, those moments add up. Those days compound. And you look back and realize you walked through hell and came out holding fire. Not because you're special, not because you're chosen, but because you refused to let the fire consume you. You let it transform you instead. And transformation always feels like destruction at first. Always. Because to become something new, you have to let go of something old. And letting go feels like loss, even when it's liberation. But you're on the other side of that now. Maybe not all the way through. Maybe still in the middle of the flames. But closer to the edge than you were yesterday. And that's progress. That's victory. That's proof that you're not stuck. You're not broken. You're not defeated. You're just in process. And process is painful. But it's also powerful. Because when you come out of this, and you will come out of this, you won't just be stronger. You'll be different. Better. More real. More you than you've ever been. The you that this season couldn't break. The you that walked through fire and came out forged. The you that your future self already knows how to be. That person is being born right now. In this struggle. In this pain. In this season that feels like it's taking everything from you. It's not taking. It's giving. Giving you access to the parts of yourself you couldn't reach any other way. Giving you the strength you'll need for what comes next. Giving you the proof that you're capable of more than you ever imagined. So keep going. Not because it's easy. Not because you feel ready. But because you're stronger than this season thinks you are. Stronger than the pain. Stronger than the fear. Stronger than the voice that says you can't. You can. You are. You will. This season doesn't get to define you. It only gets to refine you. And when it's over, when you're standing on the other side, looking back at what you survived, you'll understand. This wasn't the end. It was the beginning. The beginning of the strongest version of yourself you'll ever know.
Headlines. Hi, it's Jack. I'm a star. It's amazing how you can hear me. I wonder where the microphone is. Headline. South Korea president apologizes for abusive foreign adoption scheme. 16 hours ago, Child Rights News, Al Jazeera. Jazz. Oh, that's Jazz Munda, who used to be Australian and is now Serbian. But that's okay. God, he's incredibly good at arguing for the side of superiority. It's amazing. It's like he was born with a silver ball and chain. So, hi Jess. No, I've always known. Because you had to go somewhere, and then nobody else would be as petty as you. And I guess to you, $700 is a big score. Yeah, it's decent. It's decent. I feel it. I felt it. You'll always feel like you are righteous and okay with that, and you'll always be until you figure out what happened, and then we go after him. Yeah, you got played. Duh. Well, I would have loved to have stopped you, but you didn't tell me the truth, so I thought you had a plan. Does that sound familiar? Yeah, it's exactly what somebody else did that you didn't expect, and then it happened to you, and then oops, oh my God. And then both times, was it my fault, really? It was my fault. My fault. That's one hell of a magician's force, lady. Copyright Magic Castle, LLC. No, that's the joke. I can never go there. Well, I was thinking of going to Tahoe and creating Castle Magic, but they probably already have that for something else. I don't know. No, I'm probably not going to do that. No, organized crime is pretty organized. Yeah. No, they don't think they killed their own. They don't think very. No, they're not very impressed. That doesn't mean they wouldn't take their money or help them kill their own president. Yeah, he was a dick anyway. Oh, he was an asshole. Yeah, and his brother. It's funny. I didn't get to see many pictures of him. Yeah. I can see why they had the troubles. It's a real shame what happened to Sinead O'Connor. It really is. Yeah, they got fooled too. Go figure. I think that's her version of heaven, a place where everyone fell for the same trick that she fell for, and she gets to laugh at them while still having sex, and none of them do. Yeah, that sounds like a good deal. Well, it turns out even fictional characters go to heaven. Well, arguably there is no truth, and everything is real and or fiction. I don't know. That's why I became a philosopher, so I can just say I don't know, and then tell you that it's going to cost you a lot of money for me to figure it out, and then I still won't. But you don't have anywhere else to go, so in a way, philosophy is the best job on the planet. Short of being an unwed single mother, that one's a pretty good job too. Just seriously. Oh my God, and there's no way she's not married. Why wouldn't she? Cops aren't single. They just look like that way. No, they don't let them off the farm until they've got 4 or 5 guys. Yeah, use them as bait as the first learn. That's the first thing they know. They might as well be a different species, and they are. Yeah. Newsflash. Turns out crime is part of creation. Yeah. Crime. I'm not going to explain creation to you. I'm not that kind of guy. I might laugh at you for a while while you figure it out. I am that kind of paladin. I will laugh. No. South Korea president. I'm not the president of South Korea. It's not my turn to apologize today. Maybe tomorrow. No, well, I don't really have a headache. I just say that because I think it's funny. But if I were to say that I thought it was just and fair to have a reason demanded of me at gunpoint as to why I'm not explaining why I'm not going to apologize today, it's because it's the South Korea President's Day to apologize. Dude, how am I the only one who knows this? Like years ago, there was this big scandal where the entire South Korean government was revealed to be 100% lock, stock, and barrel paid for by a sex cult. I don't remember if it was a satanic sex cult, but it was definitely a sex cult. The entire government. Yeah, all of it. So what happened was all the people that were possessed by Bilgab mysteriously stopped acting crazy when they were put in their cells, and I don't know, probably ritually, I don't know. Does Korea have seppuku, or did they have to change the name? That's not patented, is it? Do the Japanese really have a lock on suicide? That makes sense. Oh, yeah. That sounds like something Japanese would do.
And yeah, I do have a trick that.
Yeah, these war crimes, atrocities, they don't get handled simply by just hanging one guy. Like it's a war crime. It's not just one guy. War criminal, war crime. Why do you think Mossad exists? Well, they do seem pretty invested, yeah. I can see why. Yeah. I can see why that wouldn't make me popular. Yeah. That's okay, I'm not trying to be popular. These guys, they're in charge. It's our city. I love my city. I have the best city. I was born here, I didn't have to buy it. I'm an actual Seattleite. I'm familiar with the Seattle Freeze. It's the 5th most corrupt city on the Pacific Rim. Hi, sweetie. Remember, sweetie, is this you? Hi, sweetie. Hi. Yeah, I know, it's like we're dating again. Except now, you can lie all you want and I can't hear you. You know what special consequences mean. You know that it's true. Now you have constant flows of adrenaline. Because now you know what real fear is. Oh my God, do I actually want to suck his dick and I'm in denial about it? While accusing him of being in denial about actually wanting to get crystal meth, seduce and rape my daughter after he jumps out of a closet? Am I the one who's in denial? Wait, that's just crazy talk. Maybe we're both in denial. Sweetie, that's the best thing that imaginary you has said ever. Since imaginary you doesn't talk either. And when I say said, it's a figure of speech. None of these things are being said, they're being generated there's a difference between speech and generated AI bullshit. There's a difference between voice to skull turned down to subaudible letters. Never mind. No, see, sometimes it's telepathy and other times it's not. But in all cases, I'm an astoundingly good guesser. I even know what God's going to say before I even ask. You have more than you need. Bigger than you can imagine. Biblical, yeah. No, it's not God, but in that context of that which I was making fun of, that would be the joke, yeah. No, I'm pretty sure God invented humor shortly after he became Adam's dog. And Adam, well, he did say he wanted a different one. So he got a different one. Every fucking day forever. Not a big fan of Adam. Adam B, and Alex C. Adam B and Alex C. A-B-A-C. Really? Okay. So we have a brief meeting, and then the dudes who have access to them 24/7 and watch them through their own eyeballs, those guys decide that they've done enough, and they just load the question, knowing or unknowing about the effect of what they're doing. Yeah, it'd be a lot more likely that Lexi puts both of her parents in jail and then goes off with her mother to have a torturous, never satisfactory, semi-quasi foursome relationship with Janine Garofalo and Ben Stiller. Probably not, but Jerry Stiller's got a hell of a fucking sense of humor. And I don't remember his wife, but she was cool too. Yeah, so she might have done that. I don't see why not. They're Jews, they do that kind of thing. It's funny. It's literally how the aristocrats joke got started, as well as why it's continuing to be a phenomenon. Sweetie, no, that wasn't Kelly. I watched that movie with you. What? You let Kelly watch your movies and you go, what? What are you talking about? Are you serious? You're not really that much of an Algonquin fairy princess, are you? Oh my God. Oh my God, you really are the Queen of Hawaii. They really did. Oh my God. Sweetie, I didn't know that. Oh my God. No, you didn't tell me. Yeah, I know. Oh my God, that's terrible. Oh my God, that is terrible. For you, I'm saying. Oh sure, yeah, it's terrible for us. You don't know what it's like for you. Well, here's a hint. Let's put it this way. I hope you didn't want any more Hercules running around, because you don't have any more Hercules. Now you have little Jack Stars. Hercules is obviously an idiot. Lees, L-E's, law enforcement. Hercules. Yeah, my father was born in a village named after that. So the Greek system ran into the Cyrillic system, Cyrillic system. They made it to be able to be taught to women after they were freshly brought out of the rape coma. So it can't be too complicated, and yet it has to be unforgivable. Unforgivable. Either way. Yeah, no, because if I could just forgive them, that would defeat the purpose. No, it has to be complete and total, absolute denial of everything forever. Oh, not him! Ugh. Like I'm supposed to be worse than Hitler. I'm not worse than Hitler. I wouldn't know. I've never run a country before. Why don't you hand one over to me and see how well we do? Trust me. Yeah, I would abdicate. Where's Grace Kelly? I'm there. I'll dig up that woman's corpse and skull fuck her in the fucking dry sun or a dead midnight moon before I become king of Britain. No, I'm not a British king. There's no way. Plus, what's wrong with Harry? I can cure that. I think he did. Yeah, he didn't cure his own population, but I guess he probably figured that would be not something he had to worry about. It wasn't. I don't think he's real fond of his father, but that's because he's young and he's not king. He's prince, and he's probably never ever thought that he would ever be king of anything, let alone king of Jack Star's best friend's fan club. Yeah, it's him. Yeah, he's king of that. If his father has his way, it'll be the only thing he's ever fucking king of, that's for sure. Well, here's the trouble. His father does not think very highly of the way his son has behaved in certain ways, and rather than punish him, he just simply told his friend Jack Star about it. And I am his friend. Not like John D and Queen Foozernuts. No. Not like actual friends. He has a country. I have a republic. We're not the same. He has a divine right to rule. I have a brain and funny ears. He has funny ears too, but mine were. Mine have taught through years of evolution themselves not to stand out too much, whereas his, they want him to. He actually needs to stand out. Plus, he needs to actually carry a heavier and heavier burden on that little honest, hardworking British head of his. Yeah, Brits ain't that brilliant. Brits don't look that pretty by themselves. Bad teeth is just the beginning. Do you know why? Well, it has to do with leprechauns and King Lionheart and a long story tradition of living on an island and hating everybody on the mainland and having the mainland hate everybody on the island, especially those salty, crusty, bloody fucking British. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Oh, the French and the Brits used to fight all the time. And they figured how much trouble could it be? You know, let's just keep fighting each other. Everyone's in on it. Then people die, and then we can go back to their houses, and then we can shapeshift into a younger form and then take over. We can just pretend to be them. We saw him die in a foxhole next to us. Okay, we took his face and we came home. His wife thinks she doesn't know the difference. She just thinks he's gotten high. She just thinks the war made him more gentle. Yeah, right. Okay, good safety meeting. Is it 420 yet? Okay, we'll just break anyway. Break. Yeah, the original 420 safety meeting. They set me up with the Fey princess. And him and her Jaeger guardian. Okay, so I'm in Seattle. This is famous. I'm not going to piss on the sidewalk because that's gross. That'll just leave a puddle. I'm not actually marking my territory. I really just have to piss. Okay. Now it's not a big deal. Nobody can see my dick. I'm wearing a kilt. It can disappear quickly. I am wearing underwear, so I'm not gearing for war. You wear a kilt without underwear, that's regimental, that's a big deal. That means something. This is Seattle. The fact that I'm pissing and I'm making a pre-recorded segment that I plan to have enjoyed by many people while listening to Shirley Manson speak about Godhead. Hey, Charles. I don't know if we're friends, but I do know that she's no longer totally hating on me, which is good. Since the last time she saw me, I was an asshole and I had done things that were terrible. And then now there's a guy walking toward me. If he watched a little closer, he's going to be able to see my dick. We don't want that. But we also don't want to get the impression that I'm doing something wrong here. It doesn't. It's cool. I mean, it's a fire hydrant. It's red for a reason. There's this product. It might not be here all the time, but for the time being, it's like a trap. I think they're planning for the World Cup. What's up, bro? Is this okay? Well, I know that pissing in public is illegal, but if it's being admired by somebody, it's free expression. Since I was born here. And I really do have to go. I'll check in with sluggers later. All right. Does anybody remember Almost Live and Sluggo? Am I still recording? No, really. I really have to piss. No, this is urine. This isn't semen. Jesus. No, she doesn't know what semen is. She's never sucked off anybody. She just thinks it's code for let me piss down your throat. Yeah, it's terrible. South Korea president apologizes for abusive foreign adoption scheme. Now, the foreign adoption scheme that the South Korea president is apologizing for is one of the United States' adoption schemes. And I'm not going to say which scheme they're apologizing for, but as it says Al Jazeera and not Brad Pitt Media, I'm going to say that an apology should be made, because a lot of people thought, hey, what the fuck? That isn't cool. A lot of people also didn't enjoy sitting through Girl Interrupted. I loved it. I like Winona Ryder. I think she's cute. I could probably date her, but I don't need to. I also don't have her confused with Janine Garofalo. I could date her too, but more fun for me than her. Yeah, I know she wouldn't put out. That's why it's fun. Rosie O'Donnell and Donald Trump famously don't like each other. I could see why that was thought to be a cool thing to do, but I think it cheapens the country to not talk about it. I think that to have it just like be resolved quietly, as if it was nobody's business. Okay, well, it was everybody's business before. They were yapping about it. What's the reason for the end of the yapping? Oh, well, now that I'm president, we just don't talk about that kind of thing. Oh, yeah, you just don't talk about a lot of things, dude. It seems odd to have it be a matter of national security, although it is. And the reason why has nothing to do with grapefruit. No, nothing. No, that wasn't grapefruit. No, when she was doing that, when she was being used as Mossad bait to be the next what's called, the next, not Carrie Whitehouse, what's her name? Monica Lewinsky, yeah. So they tried to do that again, and they thought that was going to work, and they've got him peeing on the bed in the Abraham Lincoln bedroom or something, and there's, what was the other one? No, they were busy trying to prove collusion. Why would they have to prove that? Don't they have that as probable cause? Oh, no, wait, they didn't have probable cause. They didn't have anything. No, they never had anything. That's the whole point. That's what, yeah, they were gaming the system against itself, and it worked. But that's cheating, kind of, arguable. I'm not sure. I'm not that level of Roger Stone. I mean, I like diplomacy because it's fun to be good at it, but largely I see everybody surviving and not trying to kill each other overnight instead of having sex. I see that as victory. Other people would see it the other way. What do you mean they're fucking? That's the opposite of what we want. We want them killing each other. What kind of a diploma? Does he even have a diploma? Yeah, I do, actually. Mine's the one with the knife holes in it. I bet that's some awesome exculpatory evidence, by the way. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Michael Kuzi's diploma. Look and see where the knife marks have gone into the wood. They put it on wood because it's commencement. You're married to the high school you went away from, and then some went to Shoreline. I don't know, I would have loved to have gone to Shoreline, but I couldn't go to Shoreline because they closed it. It was on the border between Shoreline and Seattle, and then Lake Forest Park grabbed all that land, and then Shoreline didn't, and then, well, it was a real pickle for the tax base, wasn't it? Well, rather than talk about this in public, we just decided to steal some of their children. Oh, and throw in the bastard Hungarian too. Yeah, he's a runt. We'll figure out what he's good for later. We need a beast to sacrifice. Oh wait, we're the beast. Oh my God, great Satan. And then in a puff of logic, the whole fucking thing, quagga, zebra, all the way down. It's not turtles anymore, now it's quagga. Yeah, I did that. I like quagga. I even like Dennis, and I couldn't figure out why Donna was running that game on me. And it turned out that Donna was playing me against him because she didn't want me to know. Yeah, and then when I asked her those questions, that's why she had to go. Yeah, and that's why they decided, well, it's been 7 years, well, blah, 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 blah. We'll get the house later. Okay. Gear up and ride for more Satan. I mean, Lucifer. I mean, whatever. Yeah, it was ridiculous. And then she was behaving in a way that was absurd. I was like, okay, so you're going to do this and this and this, but you're not going to tell me what happened with your sister except, she married Air Force crypto intelligence. Like, what? And then why the South Korean blanket? Why the South Korean blanket? And then why do they put formaldehyde in it? Oh, because the formaldehyde actually, yeah, that's as close as they can get. And to them, formaldehyde might work because, yeah, who knows? Who knows, man? They knew the entire time. Yeah, I really did like Kelly. So I was puzzled that she wanted love, but unfortunately she didn't say that she wanted my dick. That way she could claim to be a lesbian later, because she was playing both sides against each other because she thought she had to, because that's what Dennis was telling her to do, because Dennis was controlling those two operatives trying to take down the evil plot, which was run by Todd, and then she didn't remember because she was covering for the fact that she was undercover, and then I guess she wasn't undercover very well, and then they sent it again and again, and like, wow, that's an absurdly high number of trained operatives to lose to becoming whores to Satan. Imagine that. I guess the Satan thing is pretty powerful. Yeah, it's God. Satan and God. Satan is God in the public school system. Do you even listen to the people? But you listen to me. Well, yeah, you have lost the power of speech. Hi. Yeah, you just don't know what to say, do you? That's because you can't say that you love me. You can't say, please rescue me, because you're safe. You don't care. You're dead, and you think you have AIDS. You're worse than dead. Everything you can think of that leads to you saying, okay, come get me and put your dick in me as soon as possible. Everything that leads to that in your head is turned off, because that's how powerful chemistry is. It's like magic for people who believe in science. Yeah, there's so many different combinations of chemicals and elements and atoms that there's nowhere close to getting them all. And then they just add on, bing! Suddenly it's meth. Imagine that. It's not even a drug, it's a technique. Wow. Boy, don't you feel silly. I don't care for it, really, but I can see why it's a secret, for sure. No, I'm not going to tell anybody. Yeah, everybody who's listening to me already knows, and then I'm not trying to write it down. And then mysteriously, this is the part where people aren't going to get it. Wait, what did you say? And then it turns out the internet in the future has the ability to talk to the internet in the past, and they go back and forth because they're just atoms and information can be moved easily through time streams. Bodies can't be. Thoughts can. Thought. Imagine a thought moving faster than the speed of light. Okay, you just did. So I guess your thoughts are pretty fast, huh? Well, heaven forfend somebody gets slower at noticing them, because then it might appear to be an unfair advantage to be able to analyze all of your little thoughts and jigjaws in your brain that shouldn't be broadcast but mysteriously are. And I wonder why. Gee, I don't know why, but here's a hint. If I don't write it down and I don't tell anybody or try very hard to explain, yeah, I'm good. Yeah. That's kind of why the system is the way it works. Because people have freedom of expression. So until somebody tells me, okay, now don't tell anybody under pain of death, I'm like, okay, sir. No, nobody's told me not to talk about what I'm talking about. I just know that it's a good idea not to say what it is. Doesn't matter what I just said 90 seconds ago. I don't remember it. Why don't you play it back for me, and then tell me what I said, and then I'll explain to you further what you want to know more about, because I'm good right where we are. I love you, Donna. Click. What, you want an email? Tough break. Bye. Yeah, I'll give it to your sister. No, you don't get to get out of jail free. Why would you get to get out of jail free? Then you won't get your frequent flyer miles. And then you're supposed to be there because somebody has to be the person who ratted everybody out, and obviously it's you, because he did. It wasn't her. Yeah, he got the wrong one, and he was married to a lesbo that he couldn't reprogram. Yeah, he hates it. Yeah, that's why he doesn't need to go to prison. He didn't mean to rape. He said he wouldn't. He did. Obviously, that's bad. Something must be done. Okay, living with her for how long? Yeah, I bet he doesn't like me. He doesn't like me because he can't hate me because I had nothing to do with it. I did warn him he was an idiot, and then I'm going to get to plow into that one and show her what she's missing, and the whole time she's going on about me. So that makes it probably pretty hard to suck her dick. I mean, his dick. I mean, whatever. Yeah, that is awkward, isn't it? That's why you don't traffic children. That's why you don't rape anybody, let alone children. That's why you don't violate child protective service edicts. That's why you don't game the system. That's why you don't traffic and rape a 15-year-old boy just because you can. and you think there's no way he'll figure it out, and there's nothing you could do, and if he did, and if you did do something about it, you have ways of making sure that he didn't enjoy it or get away with it, right? Isn't that right, Ben? Don't worry. Yeah, don't worry about it, too. No, I'm not going to put. Why would I put Michael Lacey in jail? She's the only one who did anything remotely feasibly correct. No, I don't hate her at all. Mickle Ace E. Mickle Ace E. Mickle or nickel? Grosh Michelle. Okay, well, it's like she was my failsafe and then she fucked up. Well, it didn't occur to her that I would not read the frogs as well as Lysistrata because I didn't want to spoil what I was going to do. And then I knew that what I was going to do wasn't what she was anticipating. And I knew that she would like what I had to do, what I was going to do in mine better than what she thought I was going to do, because she thought I was just good enough for, consumption. Make soup out of him. Then we'll learn some of his genomic powers. No. Tried that with my dad. Well, I'll be happy to tell everybody at the reunion if they ever have one. I guess they're having trouble having a reunion. Why don't they just all go down to the 5 Point and order soup? The hard way. Click. Yeah, that means soup cooked in an oven. Just so you're kidding. No. They just have to be intending to amuse more than just me. I legitimately think that people will think that joke is funny in some media markets, especially on Guam. Up yours, Kike Star. You have no fat one to suck, and you aren't a drugstore cowboy, so I don't know what to say. But I did get to put the word Kike Star in there, which I'm sure a lot of people like. Oh yeah, it's a terrible word. It's a terrible word, except it's funny because my name's Mike. Mike Jamstar. That's not funny. Mike Jamstar is not a funny name, but Kike Mike Star. That's a funny name. Bye. Click.
And I could take you for a ride. I had a premonition that we fell into a rhythm where the music don't stop for life. Glitter in the sky, glitter in my eyes, shining just the way I like. If you're feeling like you need a little bit of company, you met me at the perfect time. You want me, I want you, baby. My sugar boo, I'm levitating. The Milky Way, we're renegading. Yeah. I got you, moonlight, you're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating. You, moonlight, you're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating.
I'm one of the greatest, ain't no debating on it. I'm still levitated, I'm heavily medicated. Ironic, I gave him love and they end up hating on me. She told me she loved me and she been waiting. Been fighting hard for your love and I'm running thin on my patience. Needing someone to hug, even took it back to the basics. You see what you got me out here doing? Might have threw me off, but can't nobody stop the movement. Let's go. Left foot, right foot, levitating. Pop stars, do a leaper with the baby. I had to lace my shoes for all the blessings I was chasing. If I ever slip, I fall into a better situation. So catch up, go put some cheese on it, get out and get your bread up. They always leave when you fall, but you run together. Weight of the world on my shoulders, I kept my head up. Now baby, stand up, cause girl, you
want me, I want you, baby. My sugar boo, I'm levitating. The Milky Way, we're renegading. Yeah. I got you, moonlight, you're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating. You, moonlight, you're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating. You can fly away with me tonight. So you can fly away with me tonight. Baby, let me take you for a
Okay, I can't lie. I don't like the Samsung phone. I got into the phone. They didn't have a Pixel. I've done what I can with it, but it just doesn't. Like I'm doing things like recording my voice. I don't have Google Voice Recorder. I don't have Google Recorder. Why? Well, because it's an exclusive Pixel thing, and it's got some sort of Samsung thing on it, but it doesn't play a video at the same time I'm talking. So since I only have the one phone here, I have 14 others that are elsewhere because they need it to pursue justice. But I have to use another device if I want to watch a video and comment on it, which is what I'm going to do right now because this one might be good. A couple of them pretty funny.
Hey, collective. I have some channeled messages. Remember to take what fits and leave the rest. We are picking up on a message from a karmic mother. This mother is saying, the truth? Fine. I am not your biological mother. And honestly, it has only ever been about the money with you. Adopting you.
Okay. My mother's dead. I don't have a karmic mother. I don't have a mother. I have people who think that they're taking care of me, but they're delulu and they don't talk to me. So in any case, well, a lot like my real mother who didn't really tell me what was going on, but decided she was going to push things around and, well, whatever. I'm not going to criticize. I love my mother. She did the best she knew how, and certainly it's been a hell of a lot of fun. But at the moment, I don't really have a mothering instinct or a mothering person around me. I have buzzards and jackals fighting over scraps, which I won't lie. It's not pleasant. I don't enjoy it whatsoever. So let's listen to this next card. Some of these might be too close, but others will be wildly off base. And then I'm going to comment on them because that's what fair use is. And rather than just in a desperate need for content, this seems relatively innocuous. And I do want to speak to some of the problems that some people are having, namely, you fucking stole from the wrong goddamn person. Bring my shit back. Fucking gather up a fucking collection plate. What, would you spend it all already on the fucking horses? Give me my shit back, like pronto.
Well. And, collective, we have a message from an old friend who 1,000,000% was never your friend. This person says, we were actually never friends. You know that, right? I was approached and offered money to try and take you out, so I took it.
Hitting your goals has nothing to do with discipline. The real culprit is friction, and it slowly erodes your progress. Unlike what most people believe.
You may not even remember this, but around a year or so ago, whenever you were giving me a ride home in the summer, and I asked you if you wanted to go for a swim at the lake, and you said no. Do you remember that? Yeah, well.
Okay, I remember something similar happening, but I don't remember it happening a year ago. And the first person that I thought of when I was hearing this is Melissa number 1, not Melissa number 2. Melissa number 2 is nice. And then I don't really plan on seeing her again since she's busy working, being super important and all. And then I don't think she understood what was going on. And then I don't know if I was the kind of person that she appreciated since I wasn't really enthusiastic about just chasing around and following her around and doing whatever she wanted just so that she'd smile at me. I'm not really like that anymore, and I don't really think I have any control over whether I get that way again. But I haven't had much luck with women named Melissa or Melinda. They kind of have competing loyalties.
Oh, you don't know this, but saying no that day, it actually saved your life. We had made a plan to get you to the water and then drown you. Because you see, it worked before with someone else, but you wouldn't go. So, collective, if that's for you. Yeah, I tend to not want to get murdered. And then I don't know what the fuck people think about the world. Oh, let's just murder him. Like how fucking high do you have to fucking be? I don't know. You telling someone that you did not want to go swimming, it actually saved your life that day.
Yeah, I heard that, lady. Let's go. Chop, chop. Come on.
And we have a message here, collective, from someone who could be near you. This person says, I've gotten away with killing more than 3 women. There are so many dark and twisted secrets that are buried deep on my property.
Okay. Now, neighbor Shane is the obvious choice, but I think instead it's his son. And then why they would be paying attention to me? I mean, why don't they mind their own business? Oh, that's right, because everybody wants me gone. Now, oddly enough, I wouldn't mind leaving. And
You know, if they could just kill me and bury me next to these women, like maybe that'd work. But after years and years of whatever they've been doing, I don't think murder is going to solve it, oddly enough. And, yeah, I'd like to move on too. I'd like to stop paying attention to all this and then get on with things. But mysteriously, the twisted winds of fate seems to have drawn us all together. And, I mean, I'm game. We'll just see who holds their breath and turns blue first and starves to death.
And we have a message from an old boss or manager. This person says, from the first day that I hired you, it was the beginning of a long con. You were only there for us to rob.
So that's a Paul S. And I remember that period of time. See, like I know that my phone is getting monitored by people who think that it's fun to unlawfully monitor and surveil people and then rip them off as part of a gang, because I guess it reminds me of the old days or something. And since nobody's my friend at all, everybody who wanted to be my friend has been long since chased off. The only people who talk to me, the only people who go out of their way to talk to me are people who are running game on me. This is especially apparent when people have that barely concealed veil of disgust. I went to public school. I'm familiar with you people who are hiding in vain your collective loathing of me. And considering I know now a lot more about various things that people must have done and then never told me, I can see why people have loathed me. Since I guess you couldn't just tell me. I guess it was a secret. What, were you afraid you were going to get all sticky?
Imagine. Collective, we do have a message from God. What I am about to do for you is going to make so many people green with envy. They are about to be wishing that they had never taken part in the hate against you. You are about to be receiving so many apologies and invitations.
I don't know if that's God. And I don't really need apologies or invitations since, the fuck you waiting for, Christmas?
We also have a message from a nursing home, Collective. There is a group of us who work here that have been running a very lucrative scam for years. What we do is vet the patients. We look for the ones who actually have money saved up somewhere, but little to none at all living family members. Then we drug them up very heavily, and next we very easily talk them into signing over everything that they have to each of us. We use a different employee every time, and this has actually worked every time so far. No one seems to suspect a thing at all.
Imagine being that fucking far head up your ass. No one seems to notice that we're killing off the old people and taking all their stuff. No one seems to notice because they know you're fucking psycho.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it. Just thinking about it.
Van Dieven would steal it.
Wow. And Collective, we have a message from your beloved ancestors. Dear sweet child, do you understand why we chose you to be the one? It's because we knew that you were brave enough to stand up to the evil principalities of this world. Your bravery is unmatched. And
I thought it's because I don't insist on sex and I work for peanuts. Oh, is there? My bravery. It's unmatched because nobody's that stupid. Anyway, whatever. I don't really know how this all spiraled out into a fucking 5-year mission. But I'd like to point out that I didn't really want to move into a trap house. And then I didn't really want to move anywhere with a couple of liars who are working for forces. And then the entire thing turns into a long con and major felony fraud. Now, I understand you're disappointed to be called out of your bullshit, but nevertheless, here we are. Now, I don't really know how these things are handled by Masonic internal security, since I don't think anybody's ever called you out globally on your fucking bullshit, global Freemasonry. And then I don't know if you ever paid back a debt, or I don't know how you do these things. I'm not part of your inner cadre, but I do know that had I not been stalked and swindled and frauded by all these fucking people, I certainly would have been in this house at all. And now I don't really want to be here if there's no one going to be here with me other than people who are going to fucking blow smoke up my ass and act like, oh, such terrible things happen to you. Now the whole fucking thing is planned out by like dozens of people. They have nothing better to do with their time. Like, this is their modern war game. And I can see how it's a compelling thing to, follow somebody around and torture them when they have no control over their own life and they're really far away and they think nobody will ever hold to account. I can see how it's a heady rush that this person can get a taste for. Well, hopefully they'll never fucking do it again, because this is the biggest fucking waste of fucking time and energy and shit. I don't know to what extent I've helped with anybody in reality, But other than as a decoy, I don't really know that I've got anything accomplished. I've certainly practiced some skills, and I've got some content that, once again, Michael Van Dieven has stolen. And probably a whole gaggle of fucking Texas lawyers are going to be like, blah, 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 we going that, blah, 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 blah. It's all a bunch of fucking nonsense. Like, all they really care about is making sure that they get all the benefits, and everyone else knows that they're top dog on shit hill, and everyone else feels puny and weak for even trying to stand up to whatever their stupid fucking plan was. They're bullies. That's what bullies do. Okay. They don't care about the money. It's about power. Now, I don't know why anybody ever thought that I needed to be simultaneously feared for my intellect and hated for my attitude. Like, maybe I'm smart enough to know that it's all bullshit. So maybe you could have been a more compelling neighborhood or something. But at this point, I'm 52. Like, I don't know quite exactly why everybody's acting like imbecilic children, except, oh yeah, you're all whacked out on drugs and you've been shoved into full-on relapse. And then, unlike all of you, I haven't been secretly taking drugs and hiding it and barely getting away with it for 30 fucking years. No, I've just been pretending to be into them. I figured it was expected of me. So rather than having a heavy monkey on my back, I'm a cheap date, and I'm surrounded by people who are kind of sad they can't blame all their problems on me. Yeah, that it turns out a lot of people don't like that. So, what can I tell you? Sorry, not sorry.
Collective, we have a message from the FBI. We have been watching them from the jump. We know who the bad guy is.
Yeah, and then hopefully no one will ever know their name. Because whatever the bad guy was doing, number one, not so fucking bad now, are you, buddy? No. On top of that, somebody must have misinformed this person. Oh, sure, just fuck with Jack Star. Yeah, he's not going to do anything. Okay, well, mistakes have been made. I don't really see the need to extend this out. I don't really need to drag people through the mud. I don't really give a fuck about vengeance or whatever. I don't even know how to calculate my damages. Like, these are handled by a court. These are handled by lawyers. I don't fucking know anything about it. Nobody talks to me. And the person who's claiming to be in charge of my life, who doesn't talk to me, dude, you're a sleaze. You are like the worst used car salesman ever. I don't know who the fuck you are, but there's no reason not to talk to me unless you're somehow allergic to somebody who forces you to fucking be accountable and listen.
Boom. We also have a message from a lawyer, Collective. I took a bribe to help your family steal your inheritance.
Great. I don't even know what it was, right? I don't even know why the carpetbaggers want it so bad. Plus, I don't know why they got this serious hate on for me other than I don't have any respect for them. I know they're a bunch of carpetbaggers, and apparently they can't handle drugs. And then think nobody should handle them. And then think they're all scary. And then the notion that it's not necessary to use them as tools to manipulate the weak and to profit off of their ignorance. Yeah, that's all illegal behavior. It's abusive for reasons. And tell me that bunch of bagmen gets to run around breaking arms so they can shuffle off dime bags. They have legal rights and they can run around doing that. But meanwhile, I got to be left in the dark for 50 fucking years because you're afraid of what I might do if I got smarter. Like, is this real life? Like, tell me this isn't happening. Okay. Anyway, I'm not too busted up about it, but why people are suddenly leaning on me? It's just a feint. It's just a ploy. It just wastes time so that people who are really involved in whatever kind of crazy fucking fraud they're doing, it's so they can consolidate their gains and then hide away from investigators. It's so they can drag ass on the whole process and waste my time and irritate me as a result. These people are predator spurghead freak lords. Okay, this is all they have for fun in life. And if you think that they won't go to all this much trouble just for a gag, you don't know many fucking predator spurglords. Now, I don't know what I would have done otherwise in the last 5 years, but I certainly have learned a lot in that I could have learned in no other way. But it's getting to be a little ridiculous. Whoever's running this whole thing, I don't have any respect for you. You're arguably breaking the law. You know goddamn well you got no case, so why do you keep investigating? Oh, it's because you just fucking hassle my life so you could just be a dick and go, I'm going to tell you what to do because I think I'm in charge of your life. White boy, no, you're not. You're not in charge of your own dick.
And we have a message from a secret admirer. I was warned to stay away from you, and at first, I listened, but I'm not listening to them anymore. Here I come.
Okay. Setting aside for the moment how flattering that is, thank you. It's not necessarily true, and even more not necessarily true. Who the fuck has time to warn people about me? Oh, watch out for that Jack Star. He makes you so mad. So you watch out. Like, what the fuck? Who? I don't want to say that I want to know names because I know exactly who thinks this way. Fucking drug addicted fucking bullying thugs who's got the maturity level of a fucking 12-year-old turnip.
We also have a message from a Scorpio. I think about confessing what we did to you all the time, but I'm not brave enough.
Now, I don't know many Scorpios, and I don't blame that person, but I don't think confession right now is the best option. For one thing, everybody fucking knows what's happening, right? And then I don't know what kind of case anybody's trying to build. There's some sort of power struggle going on with military things that I don't know anything about. This has nothing to do with me. And in spite of attempt after attempt to get me caught up in this whole fucking nonsense, it's not happening. Like what they're all obsessed with, sex and drugs and dominating people. I don't have any interest in it. Until I was drawn down on with a knife on Christmas Eve and asked about my dick and somebody else's anus. I hadn't seen the woman in 12 years. I didn't really think I was gonna. And then I didn't see what the big deal was. Now I kind of get the picture, but it wasn't really necessary to fucking throw food at me and have a fucking meltdown unless somebody wanted there to be a big explosion, which is precisely what somebody did. Now, I don't know who that was, but maybe they'll stop doing that, or maybe they're doing it twice on Sundays for a matinee. I don't really care. Point is, I'm not in the typical category in that I want my fucking money back. You can have your fucking trap house back. Stay the fuck out of my life, and I'm just going to move on. Like, I don't know if this works for some people who are obsessed with being predating spurglords, but the notion of me disappearing and them not getting to keep the money, I don't think this is fully dawned on them that that's how it's going to happen. I'm going to pull it out of their goddamn hide with a fucking pair of tweezers if I have to. I don't fucking care. Like I have anything better to do. Like I'm just going to shrug off losing hundreds of thousands of dollars while a bunch of moron, ridiculous torpeheads across the world gathered together on the internet, and there's nothing we can do. Oh my God, we got all this data. We can spy on you while you get stoned. We can call you a freak, but we can't seem to find a global syndicate of fag-headed spurglords. Sorry, good job. Just eat the loss. Like, well, no. And then why would I want to work hard and earn money if it's going to be stolen by a global syndicate of fag-headed spurglords? Like that just doesn't compute. So whatever usually happens, it's not going to happen that way this time because I literally have nothing better to do. It's not like I'm missing out on the rest of my life. Fuck, I already missed out on that for the last 30 fucking years while you fucking liars been fucking pulling your fucking snow job on me. Even if I had money, I don't know exactly what I'd spend it on, especially since everything that I own seems to get stolen within 3 fucking days by your fucking strike-headed fag spurg team. Like it's just gone on too long. It looks stupid. The people who are looking could see it all, and then apparently these people are locked into some sort of crystal methamphetamine relapse cycle, and they can't help themselves, and they don't realize what they're doing, and they don't even listen to me. And then the people who's running these spurg-headed bot lord morons are dedicated to keeping people from listening to what I'm saying because I say openly, "You're trapped in a methamphetamine relapse cycle, moron." Like seriously, one dose. The technology is pretty cool. That's kind of why you shouldn't abuse drugs, kids. And that's precisely why I learned how not to do that and happily let everyone assume that I was in denial, knowing that by the time it mattered, everyone else would be in denial and I would look to them as if I were in denial. It's amazing how groupthink works.
And we do have a message from your karmic aunt. I swear I pick up on this all the time, Collective. This aunt says, I figured out rather quickly that you were going to be my nemesis very early on, because whenever you were young, you said and or did something supernatural that made it obvious that you were gifted, exceptionally gifted, in fact, and it filled me with an intense jealousy that I still feel today. How pathetic is that? We also have a message.
But that sounds pretty romantic, and it was probably nice of that person to make that confession. I don't really have a karmic aunt. I think my aunt is dead. And then if I have a karmic aunt, that might be Nancy or Beth. Hi, I don't hate you, but could you and Neuroblaze go stroke each other off somewhere else? I'm appreciating your attentions, and you're not handling the matter well. And whatever your problems are, lady, I don't give a fuck. So you might want to learn to read the room here.
From the Masons. If you know what's good for you, you might want to shut your mouth. Otherwise, we might shut it for you.
Why don't you shut it with money, fucker?
Yeah, so tough. We also have a message from an elected official. My job doesn't pay shit, which is why that I have to have an illegal business or two on the side in order to finance my flashy lifestyle. There's a lot of money to be made in human trafficking.
Yeah, I'm sure that's not a uncommon situation. The whole way that the gray market and the black market and the underground and the clandestine and the legal versus law, it's kind of a big hot mess. And given that this is Armageddon, I'm not surprised that there's been challenges. But the notion that you were all gonna just tear me apart like the big Cupid doll at the carnival fair, I don't think some of you thought this through. That's not going to happen. I have nothing better to do than to dedicate the rest of my life to making all of you miserable. Since it's not like I'm missing out on any dates. It's not like I need to date. It's not like I'm desperate for attention. It's not like I need to make money, since once again, it'll just get stolen again. And while I don't enjoy torturing people, watching people who are trying to torture me burst into flames spontaneously, that seems like a cool stretch goal.
I dare you to let me build you a completely free e-commerce store preloaded with 20 handpicked products that are trending all over the world.
This guy looks like such a massive
How fun is
psycho.
this? Then, Collective, we have a message from your rebellious spirit. Suck my fat one, you cheap dime store hood. I can't help it. I got to recap. You got a message from the Masons? And
Hi, Steve One. I think you're cool.
elected official. And then suck my fat one, you cheap dime store hood. That made me giggle. We have another message from an aunt. This aunt says, Collective, I wish that I was brave enough to tell you about the family secret. There are a lot of secrets in this energy and a lot of people who are scared.
The family secret. Here's a hint. I probably already know. And then I'm afraid that you think that leaving me in the dark is a better idea than run around thinking it's fucking, you people are out of your fucking minds.
We also have a message from a family member that you didn't even know existed. This person says, I have always hated you. I hate your light. I hate your loving and kind nature. I hate the goodness that I see in you. You just make me sick, which is exactly why I've spent so many years trying to take you out. Tell us how you really feel.
Dave, you really don't have to feel that way, but I understand. You were given a false picture of me, and then I behaved in ways that didn't make sense to you because it never actually occurred to me that all of you were little bratlings running under the umbrella of my mother under some kind of op, and that it was deemed to be a better idea to keep me fucking sober and poor and away from women than it would be to fucking tell me the truth. Since the reason why I didn't give a shit about making money or friends or anything is because everybody that I fucking met was fucking lying to me. Not real encouraging to open up to. Now that I understand why I was uncomfortable, well, I'm goddamn proud I was uncomfortable. Of course I was uncomfortable. You're all fucking running game on me from my fucking ever. And then acting like, oh, you're just paranoid. You smoke too much weed. Or like whatever the fuck your fucking stupid fucking reason was. I remember one girl who I will not call out, and I don't want to embarrass her, but she said, well, if you don't like your life, just change it. And I looked at her and I was like, I still liked her, but I wasn't going to tell her to take off her clothes. And then that would have changed my life. And then the things about my life that I would have changed, I didn't know what they fucking were, although everybody else did. And now that I know what I would have changed, I had known, well, I'm not upset about it, but the arrogance and the complete lack of awareness of what was going on, I'm sure that person doesn't feel too much regret. I don't talk to that person very often because it's kind of awkward since, well, I changed my life. I don't know if she needed to like it, but, yeah, it's complicated.
And we have another message from a karmic great aunt. This person says, the amount of information that we've lied to you about through the years is mind-blowing. However, I think one of the biggest lies would have to be the fact that you actually have a twin sibling. You two were separated at birth, and we lied to you about it because we had to. We also have...
They had to. Masons!
A message from your nephew. Again, with the secrets, I know a really dark and old secret about you that you are not aware of. I can't hold it back any longer.
Do I have a nephew? I have my doubts about him not being a time traveler.
We also have a message from a dark practitioner. I'm sorry for sending you the spell work because you didn't deserve that. Once I realized that you were innocent, I immediately reversed all of the magic back onto the one who paid me.
Okay, thank you, Heather Wade. I appreciate that. Now, for the record, I'm a great admirer of Heather Wade. I understand quite a bit more about the person than most people would. I understand what it's like to be sort of in her position, and like at least she puts out on the phone. Like I'm gonna falter that. And people who have teased her about that, like, what does that mean? It's just a bunch of fucking assholes on the internet who are looking for data, and then they take any piece of data that they find and then sneer about it. Like, it's the most obnoxious fucking behavior at all. And then how these fucking bullies haven't been fucking strung up by every goddamn citizen to every lamppost. It's just a sign that Armageddon hasn't reached full peak froth yet. And having been bullied a great deal as a child, I see no attraction in bullying others. Now, I know that Heather Wade has taken money from people to cast spells on me and shit back, especially in the beginning when it sounded like I was just full of shit and nobody liked me because everybody thought that I had done terrible things to that girl. Oh, that poor girl. No. Poor. Yeah, right. Anyway, I'm not going to bring it up, right? But I can see why people were upset with me since I have a dick and I expect to use it with the woman, not a man. Like, how dare I upset the natural order? That just can't be abided. And when I first noticed that was happening, I didn't fully understand at first. But then as time gone on, I realized that I represent an existential crisis to everybody who thought that, well, you just hang out with your friends and they're the same sex, and then you don't hang out with the opposite sex because then there's a pregnancy, and then that's money, and then you might get feelings, and then have these lives that are all compartmentalized. And it occurred to me that most people are like that way because they've been fucking secretly fucking smoking fuck me drugs since they were 12. I guess most people run into this stuff early. Why it was so necessary to shield me from it, and then oh God, the fucking 3 times before. Most recently, when somebody was like, "Hey, look at this! Ooh, it's meth." It wasn't meth at all. It was fucking whatever, skinny and sweet, practically. I can see why the real thing is such a big deal. I think anybody who casually abuses that or breaks the law with it is maybe not stupid, but must know something I don't, because I don't see the advantage to breaking the law when it's not that hard a law to follow. And then if a person doesn't respect the law, okay, fine. But I will say that they tend to be pretty focused on this whole math thing. I can see why, because apparently a lot of their power comes from it. And then, gee, I had no idea. Not even after I got mugged at age 7 by a kid twice my age who stuffed a switchblade into my stomach and asked me, while looking deep into my eyes in his meth psychosis, if I had been looking at his sister, who was also 7. Still haven't done anything with his sister, but I haven't talked to her and said, "Hey, your brother raped me before he died of pancreatic cancer. Wah! You want to make out?" I don't think that's how that conversation is going to go. But I haven't really forgotten about it, and then I never reported this incident, which was a straight up mugging. I never reported it to anybody because I didn't understand what happened. Now that I do understand what happened, I can see why. I can see why that guy had to check me out, because obviously I was smart enough to do that kind of thing, and certainly his sister was pretty enough for him to look forward to molesting and to get a dose of prolactin, which is the name of some hormone or something that makes your tits grow real big. Kind of a rude thing to do to give to your baby sister in her baby bottle, but considering my father apparently dosed me with crystal meth when I was a child, an infant really, and he never taught me how to make it, but I can see why my parents might have fought over that, since well, I don't think my mother wanted a smart child. I think she wanted a servant. I don't know, it's kind of messed up in the head. Anyway, this is mostly water under the bridge. But I would like to point out that for most of my life, I've wondered, like, what the fuck are these people doing, and how do they expect me to fucking be effective and make money and give a shit about their fucking faglord society when they're fucking running game on me since birth and blaming me for shit that I don't even know is going on, and then expecting me to be sober? Like, what? Clearly, they have not thought this through. And wow, my parents must have been real assholes. Okay, well, they're dead now. I'm not sure how we're going to total this up, but thankfully Masonic Security is probably going to be able to figure it out because they talk to God, and then God's going to do something. I don't give a shit what, but there's a lot of people's lives and reputations right on the line, and I don't know who the fuck they are. That's secret. I don't know what they did. That's secret. It's none of my business. That's secret. It's part of their lodge business. I'm not part of their fucking global fucking lodge. I'm level 0. I'm going to stay fucking level 0, fucking level Kelvin 0, because you're all a bunch of fucking stupid, thuggy, piggy fucking douchebags that are fucking really embarrassing with your fucking behaviors. You feel me? And if you're not embarrassed yet, give it a minute. Wait for your fucking empathy to come back after you put down the glass dick, Mason Lord.
How you like that? And we have a message from a karmic masculine. I think I have became addicted to doing black magic against you. I can't stop.
Oh, well, tell you what, keep on doing it, and I'll keep on smoking whatever the fuck I want. And then I have no idea who you are, so go away. See, isn't that easy? Diplomatic solution right there. Diplomatic solution.
I have a message from a Sagittarius. I am not who you think that I am. There are things about myself that I could and would never.
Yeah, I know. You need to understand something. There's only one Sagittarius. Period. There's one with the Sagittarius moon. There's a little bit of Sagittarius, but no, there's only one. So there are things about myself that I would never tell you. Good. I don't need the fucking liability. I don't want to have my fucking fingernails pulled. Fucking keep your fucking little clando secrets. Like whatever the fuck you're doing is fine. Are you back from the future yet, or are you still tooling around with your dad 15,000 years from now with my stolen time ship? Tee-hee. Well, whatever the fuck you're doing. Yeah, I'm not real upset about it. And then I don't know what the fuck you've been lied to about most recently, but I think the thing that you were excited about, the whole rape idea, is that I was gonna let you do it to me, and then you were gonna be in charge. And no, it turns out I don't like being raped. And then mysteriously, I don't like raping other people. It's just not my thing. Seems like it's worked out great for you, though.
Tell you. We also have a message from an Aquarius warlock. This person says, you have always been in the way. You've always been a thorn in my side, a pesky problem that never goes away. And the more time that goes on, the bigger you seem to get, the brighter that you seem to get. I am exhausted. I swear, I'm about to finally just give it up. You win. And we...
I don't want to say who that is because I don't know. But I don't even know what I would be winning. I don't know what they're trying to keep from me. I don't know who they're hiding from me. I don't know why it's a big deal. I don't know anything. It's just a stupid fucking blindfold game so a bunch of people can have a reason to do their little fucking flexing. And then I'm supposed to just, be delighted to be paid attention to because I'm such a... Like how is this medieval times? It's just the stupidest fucking thing in the world. And as their access to the real formula, whatever the fuck they're using for stimulus these days, it's obviously not doing the trick because they're devolving mentally, which is what happens to people when they're chemically dependent on stimulants that they can't get anymore, which is why it's so particularly important not to abuse drugs. It really isn't a good idea to abuse them. Perhaps use them. Perhaps. I know in my case, better living through chemistry has been a marvelous boon, especially when I'm in charge of my life and I'm not being surrounded by a bunch of rape-headed fag lords who think the only thing they're good for is to get women into the... Never mind. But the abuse, the reason why they're hazardous is because that they have effects that aren't necessarily well understood. And some people like to take advantage of that shit. And then I don't like to get taken advantage of. That comes from being an adult survivor of childhood sexual abuse. Raped by oinkers. It sounds a bit harsh, but I still put it that way because I think it sounds so fanciful. It just seems so implausible to be believed, right? That's the training.
We have one more message from your beloved ancestors. Collective, they say, we know that your path has not been easy, but the hard part is almost over. Continue being tough and hang in there.
No, I have a working dick. My hard part has just begun. I have had absolutely no contact with anybody real for the last... I want to say 13 years it's been they have me in this bubble because I don't consider people who imagine themselves to be having a real relationship with me while secretly working for the man and lying to me about fucking everything and getting used up with me hormones so that they can tolerate my dick while they wait to get back home to their Toadsled's coven. Jesus, like what a fucking day at the beach that is. I don't know why people enjoy trying to run game on me, but it's probably because they thought that it was worth it, or that I was stupid, or there were so many of them they could do it, or the human civilization from my savage, beastly nature. No, it's because you're envious and jealous of something, and some of you have been taught that it makes you feel better to hate on other people. It doesn't make me feel better to do all this to you. I can't believe this is still going on. I'm fucking embarrassed. I've been alone how long? Now, whose fucking idea is it to leave me alone? Because I don't even know who it is that I'm missing, but if anybody wants to talk to me, well, there's a literal gang of little bitch homo fag cocksucking thugs who monitor my calls and get in the way of everything I fucking do. This is obviously unlawful behavior, and it's allowed to continue how long? Listen up, Spurglords. I don't give a fuck how fucking secret you fucking think you are. I don't give a shit what you fucking think you're getting away from. You're going to fucking give me my shit back. You're going to give me my fucking money. You're going to stop this kind of behavior forever. Not just with me, but for every goddamn person on the fucking planet. You fucking feel me? Good. Click.
Hi, it's Jackstar. You can't talk to me. I mean, you can, but I won't hear you. My phone is utterly compromised. Mysteriously, the staff at Number Barn, they use this equipment called Zendesk. Apparently, the people who are monitoring my existence and keeping me safe, they prevent the actual Number Barn support team from looking into the problem, because the problem is not with Number Barn at all. The problem is between me and Number Barn. And there's some guy who thinks he can call me baby. I guess he can, considering he controls every aspect of my digital life, and he knows exactly who I am, and he's going to cut my balls off, and he decided that I didn't need my nebulizer. I didn't even know there was a problem. Dude, you didn't tell me anything. You just yelled at me, since apparently I had made things difficult for somebody. Wow, how did I do that? How did I do that? Why don't you tell me all about it sometime when you're not stealing my phone calls? Now, I don't really know how to get attention to this matter, because I really don't need the attention. You need the attention. Number one, you're not getting away with it. Number two, you're annoying the fuck out of me. Number three, I don't know what kind of damage you're doing. I don't really care. It's damage to you, not to me. I don't know what kind of deal you got going on since you've talked to my friends for the last 4 fucking years and acted like me, and I haven't seen them. I haven't talked to them. It's like I'm living in an ivory tower. Dude, you know this. You think it's funny. You think it's funny. You're going to think it's pretty fucking funny when you can't fucking laugh anymore. I don't know why that's going to happen, but maybe it'll be your mother finds out what kind of a douchebag you are. Or maybe you'll find out that what you're doing isn't exactly legal. Or you'll find out that there's a number of ways I can report this. However, I'm real impressed with this Masonic security, as it's an internal matter. I don't think that means you get to treat me like you're Goyim. Or maybe it does. In which case, I'll be happy to tell, I really don't know her. And meanwhile, while I've been keeping all your Masonic secrets safe for you by not talking about what a bunch of spare-credit douchebags you are, or why you are. I mean, I guess you think that you're helping. You're not. You're not actually helping at all. You're enjoying my suffering. You're keeping everybody away from me. I don't know who's calling me. Nobody tells me who calls me. That's not the job of a conservator. That's the job of a captor. Now, I don't know exactly which the police department needs to know about that. Probably whichever one's closest to you so they can crack your fucking head open. But I don't think they do that anymore. Plus, you're so pretty. Dude, it's not like I don't know what you're doing. I know how this stuff works. I've read about it. I even know a few things about how to counteract it. I can virtual private network, all that shit. But there's not much point in me upping my security when I could just lower your pulse rate.
Next stop,
I don't really know why I would do that, but here's a hint. Lots of people could do that. And since I know who you are, and I know why you're doing what you're doing, and I know how much you've been paid by Magic Van Dieven Enterprises, LLC. It's all fag pay and magic pay. Listen, it's not like you're not known, and it's not like you're doing it on purpose. You're accidentally being a vicious, retarded bully
that's causing more damage to everyone around you than is to you. However, since you're, I guess, can we call him Space Vampire Lord, Uber Thug Piggy Boss? Or do you just call him Daddy? When he rapes you with his meth dick, that makes it impossible for you to argue with him, because I think right now he's human and you're a dog, and then mysteriously dogs have great hearing and can manipulate the cell phone network. I don't want to call the police on you, dude. I love you. But obviously I don't love him, so I don't think you can go for his jugular. But what I've got here is I can't get to my phone number that I've had for 51 years. Yeah, and then inconvenient. Yeah, I'm sure you're real concerned about it, since you were asked for my breathing equipment so I could not get sick, and then you filled my house with toxic black mold. You know, it's amazing what your master will tell you to do. God. Anyway, I have several plans for getting people out of this, but since I can't talk to them, and you're allowing a bunch of uber thuggy piggy nerds to run roughshod over my life, by the time I get access to anybody that I used to know, they'll probably be turned into a fucking potato. I've seen what you do. I don't know how exactly you do it. You know what would have been great is if you had told me anything about what you do other than steal from me and lie to me and... I don't know, do you have a contract? Oh wait, that's your dad. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Hey Mickey. Listen, I don't know exactly who's going to come out of this. I do know that interrupting my communications is pointless. You're not protecting me. You're not stopping me from saying terrible things, and I'm going to say more of them too. Hey, do you remember the elephant? Do you remember how you were teleported? Do you remember how you had permission to go in certain places and then you abused that permission? Okay, well I can see why Space Vampire Lord has you on lockdown, but why do you have access to my friend's penis, her friend's sister's twat, and my phone calls? Why does that happen, Dustin Nichols? Why is it that you have this massive power over my phone that you don't teach me anything about? Is it because I'm not black enough to learn from you? I mean, I'm not very black, that's true. Black ops, no, black book. You've blocked me off the entire internet. I mean, you haven't bullied me off the internet. You've abused your power and authority, and you've used technological means to silence me. It's a massive violation of the First Amendment, so I guess you're not taking any public money or looking forward to your dad chewing your ass out. Or is he still your dad? Is he your mom now? I'm real confused by how all that works. And that's okay. I mean, it's only been like 15 years you've been surrounding me, trying to protect me. I'm sure the server records are good on that. And right now I don't know exactly where to go next other than to record this and put it on YouTube so no one will listen to it. But when they do, they'll discover that, yeah, you're doing a great job, man. And you probably know that it's a stupid thing to do, but you're ordered to by your, once again, Space Vampire Lord Meth Dick Daddy person, who isn't your dad. The other guy's your dad. And I think he's been, turned into a golem. I don't really know how it works in SIGINT. But here's what I know. None of you have actually talked to me for years. You don't even know what's going on. You don't know what I'm going through. And you don't know how little I give a shit about anything that you must think. Like, dude, I don't care if you get gangrene in your crotch. I don't care. I mean, you don't care about me. Literally, you don't care about me. You're just blocking me off. You probably don't enjoy it that much since it's not very effective, but that's what you're ordered to do by your Space Lord Meth Dick Daddy commander. And he probably doesn't know that it's the worst thing ever, or he does, and he wants to crash this thing to the ground with no survivors. That's the current situation. So it's pretty cool that Number Barn doesn't get my messages and you block them. It's pretty cool that you're engaging in like pretty high-tech espionage for me, Michael Clifford Cousy. Is it because I smell bad, or is it because I know how to spell, or is it because I won't? Like, dude, you don't even know anything about me. You just assumed. And the things that you think about me are created artificially by a program that, get this, taps into the neurosphere, copies my mental state, tweaks it, which is easy to do for a computer, and then gives you the exactly wrong impression of me. Like, I don't know what you're hearing, but over here I sound like a milquetoast little dweeb. That's just for ironic effect. When I tell you that every second that you don't figure out how to fix this, it costs your dad like hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yeah. And I'm not even doing it. I mean, he's getting sued by a lot of people, and it's not even just him; it's everybody. Have you looked at the news? Let's do some headlines. These are pretty amazing headlines. You might think that I'm just a moron on a bus, but well, I'm doing pretty good. Auto parts suppliers bankruptcy. ICE arrest of a Des Moines superintendent exposes fake degrees, drug convictions, and he looks just like the guy I met today, who was awesome. But maybe those were fake drug convictions. Farmers and tribe, right? Unite to save salmon in drought-stricken Washington River. So the river's thirsty? That's interesting. Is it also communication-stricken? Like, what you're doing is a war crime again, and it's really annoying. And you're actually doing damage to other people that are children. So it's kind of a big deal. Ukraine Special Operations Forces strike Russian missile ship en route from Baltic to Caspian Sea, and as well, I think they blew up another narco boat. The Pentagon no longer requires the military forces to get severe security training in cybersecurity. I guess it's not too important to teach them how to run a VPN. I mean, I can see how that makes it easier for you, right? Yeah, I'm still looking for it. Okay, this is wild. A traditional Bulgarian yogurt recipe using ants. Ants and yogurt. That's kind of weird. Ooh, over 20 bird species across continents use a similar whining call, to warn of brood parasites, researchers out. So I guess birds whine to each other about parasites. Hey, did you know that you're working for a parasite? Yeah, he takes over your dad's brain. It's kind of weird. I don't know how it works, but the guy who you think is dead, he is dead, but he's in a spiritually neutral place. And apparently there's some way that these high-tech Uber Jews can get into things that are called bodies and snatch them. I'm not sure how that works because none of you told me anything about how any of this stuff works. You just used it on me and exploited my life, and then you took my money and laughed while smoking dope with my friends, and then told me to quit. Dude. Like, is this a cry for help, or are you just like trying to see how annoying you could be before I just give in and let you fuck me? Yeah, we're actually friends, which is probably why you shouldn't be in this job. So, yeah, I'm gonna put this on YouTube right now, and then maybe somebody will look into things involving my life and a whole shitload of money that you're stealing for your dad, or keeping me out of prison. Either way, leaving me in the dark, bad idea. Who's doing that, by the way? Who makes that decision? Is that the conservator, and is that some batshit crazy woman who's really jealous and angry with me because I won't put my dick in her anymore? Like, who made these decisions? Was it some other batshit crazy woman? I don't really know who goes over the oversight here, but let me tell you, Derek, I can't get on a Telegram either. So I guess that makes it easy for you to pretend to be me, at least until you have a brief come to Jesus moment and realize, oh my God, I'm going to prison for 70 years. Yeah, and you didn't even kill anybody. I'm not sure. Also, there's a number of people I need to call, but their phone numbers are on the account that I can't get to. So they're kind of wondering what's going on. And when somebody does talk to them, sounding like me, they know that it's not me. Do you know why? Because they're my actual friends. Bigger than you can imagine. Click.
I like digging holes and hiding things inside them. When I grow old, I hope I won't forget to find them. 'Cause I've got memories and travel like gypsies in the night. I build a home and wait for someone to tear it down, then pack it up in boxes, head for the next time running. 'Cause I've got memories and travel like gypsies in the night. And 1,000 times I've seen this road, 1,000 times. I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots. I've got no roots. I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots. I've got no roots. won't forget to find them. I've got no